In today's crash course, we'll show you how to streamline the IEP process and Medicaid billing using the assessment and data features in SLP Toolkit. Before we dive in, make sure to check out our help resource where you can send us a message or explore our knowledge base articles for frequently asked questions. Now let's get started. The easiest way to begin using the assessment feature is to choose a student on your caseload who is next due for their IEP. In the Students tab, you will select that student from the drop-down, or if you haven't had a chance to import your caseload just yet, you can click the purple plus sign and type in your student's first and last name. This essentially creates a virtual file folder for your student to keep their data, goals, and notes organized in one place. And to get ready for their IEP, all you have to do is follow steps 1 through 5 on the left-hand panel. For step 1, you'll enter their tentative IEP start and end dates, as well as their IEP service minutes, which you can always edit later as needed. In step 2, you'll find the present level assessments, which are designed to help you identify your students' communication strengths and needs. This is a great way to gather specific information you can include in your student's profile section of the IEP. As we enter the assessment library, you'll see several assessments in a variety of communication areas. The language assessments are grouped by grade levels and are offered in both English and Spanish. Click Preview to check out what a test includes. And then, when you're ready to assign a test to your student's profile, select New. Administering an assessment is as easy as reading your student the prompt and marking thumbs up for correct responses and flagging any incorrect responses. When you come across a task with pictures, you can use a separate device to log into our companion app, the Image Viewer, at viewer.slptoolkit.com. This will allow your student to view just the images while you score them from your device. You can pick and choose the most important areas to administer to your student, or come back at a later date to finish where you left off. Once complete, you can copy and paste the summary of your student's strengths and needs directly into their IEP. You will also love the ability to customize assessments so you can best meet your students' needs. Edit any of the current templates by making a copy and personalizing them to your liking. You can even create your very own test or upload an assessment that you already use in your district. Now that we have an idea of our students' areas of need, we are ready to move on to step 3, which will help us get a baseline score for a particular skill. You can search by category, and you will most likely find several tests for any given skill that are leveled by grades. Make sure to check out our knowledge base to find out what the levels equate to. The system will only score any items that are administered. You will then get a baseline score that you can input into the IEP. The progress monitoring tools are also helpful for measuring progress over time. You can administer the same test every grading period or at the end of the IEP year to track your students' performance. When working on a skill that is hard to measure with a simple correct or incorrect criterion, try exploring our rubrics by typing rubric in the search bar. We are now set for step 4, creating goals for our student. You can add goals you've already created or enter the goal bank to brainstorm ideas. Choose a skill area, the level of support, and scoring and measurement methods. You can also break down goals into objectives by using the Actions button. Last but not least, if you feel like there are specific strategies your student would benefit from the team implementing, you can check out the Accommodations library to copy and paste those strategies into the IEP. And just like that, you are ready to rock that IEP meeting with confidence. You can also begin taking data on your students' new goals. From the Daily Data tab, create a session event by right-clicking and selecting New Therapy Session, or use the Actions dropdown. Select the date and time of your therapy session, as well as which students you will see. And click the Schedule Future Sessions box if you would like the event to repeat each week. In the Group Notes section, you can write out your therapy plan for the group, including the activity, book, vocabulary, or materials you will use. When you enter the session event, your students will be listed on the left, and underneath is where you can toggle between their goals. Anytime you update or add new goals in the Students tab, make sure you click the refresh icon next to your student's name to ensure their goals load properly in the data event. Tracking data is as simple as clicking plus for correct responses and minus for incorrect responses. You can choose to measure data by either accuracy, opportunity, or frequency. And you can even track progress by clicking on the graph. At the bottom, you can take additional notes, including observations about your students' behavior, language samples, or cues that you used for a specific goal. Once you've finished taking data, navigate back to the agenda page, and you'll notice that the $ turns pink for any students you've entered data for. Click on this icon to copy and paste their data and notes directly into your Medicaid billing software in just a matter of seconds. You might also be interested in checking out the Data Billing Export Report for a more customizable spreadsheet that you can upload into your billing program. And as always, if you have any questions, remember we are only a chat or email away.